Who needs to stay and who needs to go? Who is fit for Chelsea and who is not? Today, we are going to be discussing 3 players that need to stay at Chelsea Football Club and 3 players that need to go in the summer. But before we get into it, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You click that QR code over there and you make sure you go and follow me on all the socials. Now, let's get into it. So let me know in the comments, guys, as well, who your 3 players would be to stay and who your 3 players would be to go. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, let's get on with the video. So my first player that I think needs to get out of the club is Alejandro Garnacho, signed for 40 million last summer. He has just not cut the mustard one single bit. He doesn't look like the type of player that we should be using. There are better left wingers out there, and he has just shown that the quality he was producing at Manchester United is the same quality at Chelsea Football Club, and he is just not that guy. His output's poor, his energy's poor, he's tracking back, he's not defensively minded. He doesn't really take any players on. He gets to the byline and then does what can I do? So Alejandro Garnacho is the first player out of the door for me. Now, moving into a player that I would keep, and that is Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer has had his share of injury troubles this season and he's not played the best. But Cole Palmer on his day is the best number 10 in the world, and I have no doubt in my mind. His output is brilliant, his creativity is brilliant, his assists are brilliant. He can take penalties. He is the overall number 10, and I think give him some time in the summer, let him recover. Under Xabi Alonso, he will thrive. So Cole Palmer is the first stay. Now, moving in to player number 2 of get rid. Now, this one was a tough call because are we going to go in for a goalkeeper? Are we going to go for someone, in the summer? We've got Mike Penders. We could potentially go in for Mike Mignon, but there's other options as well. So my number 2 player to get out of the club is Philippe Jorgensen. Now, as you can see, I've got Robert Sanchez on the thumbnail, but Philippe Jorgensen has proved to me over the last 2 seasons that he is not good enough to play for Chelsea. If you're going to have a backup keeper, I would be happy for it to be Robert Sanchez. And even if Robert Sanchez was to leave, you still have Mike Penders. So if you bring in a number 1 goalkeeper in the summer, you've got that rotational option. Yeah, Philippe Jorgensen needs to get out of the club. His performances have been poor since he joined us under the first season with Enzo Maresca. So that is my second player out of the door. Now let's talk about my second player that I would keep. Now, looking at the team, and you look at the players we've got and who is good enough and who is not, there are plenty of options. But there are a couple of players that stand out to me. And the next player I want to keep hold of is Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro has been fantastic this season. Even when the others have been struggling around him, he has found the key to success. His ball ability, his ball carrying ability, his skill on the ball, his finishing's phenomenal. I think he just suits the way Xabi Alonso will want to play next season. So Joao Pedro needs to stay. Under Rafinha, he was fantastic. Under Enzo Maresca, he was half decent. And I think there's still more to come from Joao Pedro. But let me know, guys, what you think about the players I've kept and the players I've sold so far. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And then let's move on now to the final 2 players of sell and keep. Okay, I'm moving on into the third and final player that I would sell. This was a hard one because there's so many different players to choose from, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about the 3 players that you would sell. But it's come to my attention this season that this player has just not been good enough. He's got a lot of problems. We thought he was going to be a shining light in this team when we first bought him. And it's just not been good enough. Injuries have held him back. and he has just shown us that he needs a different club and a different opportunity, and that player is Romeo Lavia. Now, Romeo Lavia, he's a fantastic footballer on his day. He's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League on his day, but with his injury concerns, the amount of game time he does get at Chelsea Football Club, and the poor performances this season, he has just not lived up to the hype of what we expected, and therefore he needs to go. I think we can get about 25, 30 million, maybe 35 million pounds for him. Where would he go? I don't know. I could see him going to like an Everton or a Fulham or somewhere like that. But Romeo Lavia is my third player to leave Chelsea Football Club. And guys, before we continue getting further into this video and I tell you the last player that I would keep at Chelsea Football Club, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You turn your notification bell icon on to be notified when I upload and when I go live. Also, guys, go and scan that QR code there. It's a QR code to my link tree. It's got all my socials on there, so please make sure you go and give me a follow on all the socials so you never miss a moment or update from Chelsea Football Club. Okay, so let's move on to the final player I would keep at Chelsea Football Club. And this player has had his ups and downs. He's looked very good at times. He's been one of the best players in the world in his position. And he's always fighting for the badge. And he has always shown 100% every time he has stepped onto the pitch. He's had his bad moments this season. He's had his very good moments. But this player is the type of player that you need to keep around the club because he is a leader and he is one of those players who can command respect in the dressing room, and that is Marc Cucurella. Marc Cucurella, I think, is a fantastic player, and there is rumours about him leaving. I wouldn't want him to leave personally, but I do think he is more than capable of playing at Chelsea at the highest level still under Xabi Alonso in that left wing back or that left centre back position. He's got bags of ability. He's tenacious. He's a leader. He's got that fight about him. He's got that tenacity. And so Cucurella is that type of player that you'd want to keep around for Xabi Alonso to build around. You've got a couple of players you want to build around in this club, and we'll get into that in another video. But Cucurella is the third player that I would keep at Chelsea Football Club. So guys, don't forget to let me know who your 3 players would be to sell and who your 3 players would be to keep at Chelsea Football Club. I'd love to hear them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to turn that notification bell icon on to be notified of when I upload and when I go live on the channel. Also guys, go and scan that QR code. It's got the links to all my socials. Please make sure you go and give me a follow over there. And guys, don't forget, I will be back for another video tomorrow. So take care and I'll see you then.